Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Germany for round 5 of the European 125 Championship presented by FMF Racing. My name's Paul Malin. Thanks for joining us today on MXGPTV.com for what is the latest instalment of this two-stroke series. Championship leader coming in is Guadagnini. He is 27 points clear of Tom Guyon. And 41 points further back is the Dutch rider Kai de Wolf, and then we have Oriol Oliver and Jorgen Matthias Talviku rounding out the top 5. But the 4th, 5th and 6th are very, very close in the championship. We've got Kai de Wolf on 117, tied with Oriol Oliver. Just 1 point further back is Talviku, and then 7 behind him is Mike Guyon in 6th place. So anything could change this weekend. 26 degrees out on track. And it's been pretty warm since we got here. It was touching 30, maybe just over 30 degrees on Thursday when we got here, but a little bit cooler today. There is a bit of a breeze in the air, and you see from the flags there in the top right corner of your screen, it's quite a hefty breeze as well. So the finish line jump and the step down before the riders go back across the start straight might just be an area on the track that the riders need to look out for. Track has been prepped. A lot of good comments about it so far today. Nice and rutty in the corners, and the Teufelstal club here doing a great job of keeping the ground moist as well. But this is the championship as we head into this 5th round. Guadagnini, look, on 185, Guyon on 158, and then we've got 2 riders tied for 3rd and 4th, de Wolf and Oliver, and then Talviku just 1 point further back. Eddie Wade moved up 3 positions last time out in France when he was 4th overall, but what can he do here this weekend? He's 9th in the championship, just 10 ahead of Liam Everts in the number 72. Teufelstal circuit here, the Talkessel circuit, has been a regular fixture on all categories, MX2, MXGP, of course, 125, 250. We've had women here in the past as well. And today it is going to be the scene for the first race of many over the course of the weekend. 4 groups in total. So we have European 125 presented by FMF Racing and European two-stroke, EMX 250 as well, sorry. You see the riders then back from their sighting lap. Here's how the riders go to the line. It's Tom Guyon who was fastest in Group 2 this morning on the VR2 KTM. His time was a 1:55.1, 57.3 for Guadagnini. So we'll go first with the Group 2 guys and then alternate between them and Group 1. So as you saw just there, Guyon goes to the line first, Guadagnini 2nd, Oliver 3rd, and then Langenfelder 4th, Florian Mio 5, Kai de Wolf 6, Rafael Giuzio 7, Eddie J. Wade 8, 9 for Mike Guyon, and 10 Camden McClellan on the Cossack Racing KTM. And the rest of the guys, as you've seen on screen. Full grid, as always. Going to be a couple reserves waiting to jump into the wings if they need to. But there's your championship leader, the first sighting of Guadagnini, the Madi Racing Husqvarna rider. He won the opening race of the season in the Netherlands, followed by 2 more at both the Italian rounds. Got a 3rd and a 2nd in France, and that got him 2nd overall. There's a 100% podium streak at the moment, 3 wins in a 2nd. But Tom Guyon, 2nd in the championship, number 27. He is also pretty consistent with his podiums. Simon Langenfelder, WZ Racing KTM. What can he do? He is currently 7th in the championship here. Best race result for him has been a 2nd in the first race in Mantova. There's Florian Mio, the MJC Yamaha rider. Almost getting ready to go racing then. 25 minutes plus 2 laps. 15-second board. The Fly Racing 15-second board goes up then for the first time, bang on time. And we're going to get these EMX 125 European Championship riders over the gate for the first time today. 5-second has turned, the gate is about to drop, a nice even drop as well as everybody charges downhill into what is a 90-degree left-hander. Nice and wide as well, so plenty of room for the riders to play with. But it's Guadagnini hanging off the back of that Madi Racing Husky. You can see it's a little bit slick in places with a fresh dose of water. Langenfelder in 2nd position. Looked like Guyon in 3rd. And then just behind them, Mike Guerda. So all the fancied runners are pretty much where they need to be. Talvico in there as well. Just on the face of the jump now, as the riders head past the skybox area. Down past pit lane for the first time, through the left. Notable change here, this little scrub jump before they drop down towards the finish line area, which is now here. So we'll get the riders over the line. Guadagnini is leading the way. Guyon now second, Guerda's third, Langenfelder fourth, Talvico is fifth, Florian Mio sixth, Adam Kovacs seventh, Oriol Oliveira is eighth, Eugenio Barbalia is 9, and Joel Ritzy is in 10th. David Brasseres Martinez 11, Andrea Bonacorsi is next in 12th, and then we have Rafael Giusio, Eddie Wade, Saad Suleimani of France, Christophe Jacob, Lucas Adam, Kai de Wolf, Kato Nicol and Camden McClellan, as we see Tom Guyon challenging Mattia Guadagnini here for the lead early on. And he does, he slides right up the inside, took a risk there on that freshly watered part of the racetrack. But the number 27, VRT KTM, leads, but not for much longer, because Guadagnini back through and closes the door, and the two touch rubber. And Guyon goes down, picks himself up in, what, is he still? Oh, yeah, and another rider joins the party. Might be Kovacs. Or was it, yeah, it was the 38, I think, of Kovacs. So Kovacs going upside down underneath the bike as he caught the rear end there of Tom Guyon as he came through. But Guadagnini already over the top of the hill. Watch this. Just got cross-rutted. In fact, he didn't hit him, did he, Kovacs? Just cross-rutted in the rut. Anyway, he's back up and running again, heading across the start straight. The 696 of Mike Guerda, now in second position. The guy with the yellow strip across his back, Simon Langenfelder, 516 on the WZ Racing KTM. Then Talvico just behind him for A1M Husqvarna. Then behind him, is that Guyon or one of the RFME? Yeah, one of the RFME riders. So that is Oriol Oliveira. Tom Guyon is next. Joel Ritzy on the RFX KTM, powered by PAR Homes, is in 7th place. Bonacorsi 8, Brasseres Martinez 9, Kai de Wolf is in 10th. Then we've got Eugenio Barbalia, Eddie Wade 12, Saad Suleiman is next. Talvico has disappeared. He is now in 14th place. Tricky conditions early on in this first 125 European Championship race, as the riders drop downhill and the circuit winds backwards and forwards. There's Guyon on the face of the Monster Energy jump now. Just behind him is Oriol Oliveira, so he's making pretty rapid progress to try and get himself back up in the sharp end as best he can. Going after the Yamaha rider of Florian Mio. He holds a tight line to the inside, and they get up onto this plateau, back into turn one. Guyon then moving up into 4th place. Oriol Oliveira just behind these two on the jump just behind him. He gets a little bit out of shape there, dropping downhill. Ritzy just behind him as well in red. 20 minutes plus 2 to go. Florian Mio coming under attack here. So Guadagnini leads, another fastest lap for him, 1:59.7. Guerda is in 2nd, he's 6.5 seconds behind already. 3rd is Langenfelder, 4th Guyon, 5th, these two riders here. Florian Mio and Oriol Oliveira, then Ritzy, then Brasseres Martinez, Andrea Bonacorsi, Eddie Wade. Up into 10th now, a couple of passes for him in the last lap or so. See how deep some of those ruts are. Definitely keep the pace down. Hard ground underneath, look, where it's not quite. See on the downside here how hard and firm that is. Then heavily ripped corners. Long, deep ruts. Guadagnini already out of sight. There's a bunch of riders here over in the top right corner. Mike Guerda, Simon Langenfelder, Tom Guyon, Florian Mio, a quick dab there, and then Oriol Oliver just here. New little waves on the inside there and a step up onto the plateau if you need it. Just looking down the order, Liam Everts in 15th place, Camden McClellan is 16th, Maiko Vetic 17th, Matthias Vesterinen 18th, Samuel Nilsson 19th, Dave Kuika in 20th place. Magnus Smith just outside of the top 20. He's got Alessandro Facca, Kaider Wolf, so Kaider Wolf, third in the championship, having a nightmare. He is now in 22nd place. He was hovering around the top 10, wasn't he? Outside, just a little bit too far wide. If Langenfelder was there a little bit closer, would have made that position his, but these are the two riders challenging for second place. Mike Guerda and Simon Langenfelder, 7.5 seconds behind the leader. Guyon closing in though. There he is. Number 27, just behind these two. Just a little bit more sand put down there, did away with those waves. And this little section here, just a couple of little drops. Again, just to slow things down a little bit maybe, but you have this step up here. Hopefully the circuit just starts to dry out a little bit towards the end of the session, but you can still see it's a little bit greasy on top. There's Guadagnini, top left of your screen. 7.5 seconds clear of these guys, who will be fighting for second position. Guyon takes the shortest route through in 4th place. Up onto the plateau. And dropping down into the final turn before crossing the start straight. Take the riders back into turn 1. Everts now 14th. He's found his way past Eugenio Barbalia and Rafael Giuzio. Maiko Vetic has also gone through, so Vetic following Everts through on his KTM. Guadagnini be getting ready to hit the line any moment now. Probably already heading past pit lane in the opposite direction. Probably take a sneaky look across to see who's doing what. He'll be keeping an eye on Tom Guyon as well. Guyon 27 points behind in the championship. Guyon carves down the inside Langenfelder, and Langenfelder going wide, and I wouldn't have thought he would have done that because it was he who tried to get up the inside of Mike Guerda last time around. So we have a new change then. Guerda now second, Tom Guyon third, Langenfelder is 4th. And Tom Guyon on the VRT KTM comes into land here. Langenfelder probably a little bit miffed underneath that helmet of his, leaving the door open like that to allow Guyon through, but the gap going out to 8.5 seconds now between Guadagnini and Guerda, who just has a bit of a bobble in that right turn. Second, third, fourth locked together here, and then we've got about 5 seconds further back, Florian Mio on the MJC Yamaha, then Oriol Oliver. Watch this, goes to the inside. Tom Guyon took advantage of that big, wide, open door of Langenfelder. So the next rider in his sights is going to be the guy in second position, Mike Guerda. Tom Guyon in third, the middle rider in this particular trio. So Mike Guerda, Guadagnini KTM junior rider, doing his best to hold off Tom Guyon. Well, you know that if he goes to the outside, Guyon will be there ready to pounce at the end of this straight, and he does look to go to the outside. Guyon, is he close enough? Well, Guerda holds a nice tight line himself. Little single to the inside, the new scrub jump here. Camden McLennan now up into 12th place. He's just found his way past Saad Suleimani. So the KTM Kotak rider on a bit of a charge. McLennan hasn't had an easy time of it, actually. He scored in 2 races as Camden McLennan. 20th in race 2 in the Netherlands. Didn't score the next 5 motos. And then a 16th in race 2 in France. So season's best so far on his move up into 125 for the South African. So with 13.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go here. EMX 125, presented by FMF Racing. Race 1, Guadagnini, now 9.5 seconds clear. Constantly lapping a full second quicker than the guys behind him. Guerda still there in second on the Guadagnini Junior KTM. Third for BRT, the number 27, Tom Guyon. Fourth for WZ Racing is Simon Langenfelder. The MJC Yamaha of Floremio is 5. Oriol Oliver is next on the RFM EMX Junior KTM. Then Joel Ritzy for RFX KTM, powered by PAR Homes. Then we've got the second of the RFME junior boys, Brasfres Martinez in 8th. Andrea Bonacorsi, the 223, is in 9th place for Celestini Racing KTM. And in 10th, we've got Eddie Wade, the Englishman for F4E Racing KTM. Looked like Guyon was getting closer, but 1 or 2 little mistakes has allowed that gap to open up between him and Guerda, the guy he's trying to chase down. Still got time, though, to get himself back in a second. End of pit lane, dropping now. Final turn before the finish line here. Another fastest lap of the race for Guadagnini, a 59.4. No one else is below 2 minutes. 2-minute 0.9 for Guerda, 2-minute 01.3 for Guyon, 2:01.4 for Langenfelder, and 2:04 for Floremio. Almost getting a kick there. Is this the 8:69? That's Arthur Vial. French rider well outside of the points at the moment. About to get lapped here as well by the race leader in red. So Guadagnini, Team Maddie Racing Husqvarna. It's about what 11.1 seconds looks like now, because he's increased his gap again. Second and third. Concertina again, back together. Guerda it is that's hanging on there, though, in that second place. Slight bubble for him. Guyon close, just like he was a lap ago. Deep rut to the inside, avoids the single. Guyon will be kicking himself that he made that mistake, but here he goes again. Guerda in his line of sight. Stays nice and low, keeps it over to the left-hand side. Holds a nice tight line as well. And then just bobbles just as he wanted to get on the gas front and just got a little bit high. Is he going to try something else at the end of this straight, or is he going to follow Mike Guerda to that same inside line? Seven laps complete for your race leader, Mattia Guadagnini. He's already over the line. But this is a battle for second. Nothing in it between those two. 4/10 as they hit the line. But it's still Guerda holding on to that second position from the number 27 of Tom Guyon. Simon Langenfelder just behind the German. So Guerda, the Swiss, Rider just leaves the door open. And Guyon just charges up the inside, keeps it nice and low as well, but he's got also the commanding line into this next left. That's the Frenchman. And he moves into second place then. Simon Langenfelder just getting left behind there. Can he put on a last-minute charge, the last 9 minutes or so, just to get himself back onto this guy? Second rider in shot here, Mike Guerda, who is third in the race. Guadagnini just stretching his lead out every time. Oh, he's dipped into the 2 minutes now. This was the pass a moment ago for second. Tom Guyon down the inside of Guerda. Easily done in the end. Back markers starting to come into play. The lead group have to bear that in mind as well. This time Guerda does have to go to the outside because the back marker was in his line and he's still there. The gap between Guadagnini and Guyon now almost 13 seconds, 2:01.6. But Guyon was half a second quicker that time around. Here's Florian Mio. He'll hit the line now in 5th place for the Yamaha MJC Europe rider. 19th in the championship before we came here. Best result so far has been an 8th in race 1 at home in France at the previous round. So he'll be looking to try and stay inside the top 5 if he can. Back end gets a little bit out of shape there, though. Caught a hole or something, but it's looking good at the moment, though. 4 seconds clear of Oriol Oliver. Mio then obviously feels at home on this place. Here in Teushenthal, Germany. Dropping downhill. There's Oliver just behind him in the background. And then Ritzy, not making any progress. 10 seconds down on the rider in 6, Oriol Oliver. So, despite a good start, Ritzy not able to go with the front runners. Man down at the tabletop, just behind the corner there. Very easy to jump across the racetrack there, but over on this side, Florian Mio. Back across the start straight here into turn 1. Oh, heavy landing. He's got Langenfelder just ahead of him. Just here, dropping downhill. There's Guyon beyond. Who's that? No. Anyway, here's Vial. He's back marker. But the guy behind is Florian Mio. Just behind this guy here. .422 limping through there. Just looked like he was about to pull in. Camden McClellan. So he's obviously being down. That puts Everts back up to 11th. Eddie Wade is showing as being a faller as well. So I wonder if he and Camden McClellan came together, because they were 10th and 11th, I would think, at the time. Here's Mio, still waved yellows here. Wheels on the ground. For the rider that was down in this corner somewhere. Looks like that scene has been cleared. So 5 minutes to go, plus 2 laps. EMX 125 presented by FMF Racing. First race of the weekend for them. Here's your race leader, Mattia Guadagnini. 12 seconds clear. He's pulled a whole shot. He's managed that gap. He opened up a lead pretty quickly. A second a lap on everybody. And now he's there. He's just controlling the race and looking pretty good. out on track at the moment. 12 seconds clear at the end of the last lap. He's now on lap 10. Down past pit lane, the Maddie Racing Husqvarna rider. Obviously feeling at home on these kind of hard, slick conditions, certainly as it dries out. See, he just got blown across to the left as he came into land there. The wind is pretty solid. Had a few guys crash there in the past, but it's always windy through there. So just landing offline. Might need to start taking off sort of middle to right, jumping into the wind a little bit, just to allow for that blowback. Gap coming down though, 10.3 seconds clear now over Tom Guyon, VRT KTM rider. 2 seconds quicker that time around, but how much of that is Guadagnini just switching off, or did he make a slight mistake there? Mike Guerra still in third, Langenfelder fourth, Floremio 5, 4 seconds between him and Oriol Oliver. This is Eddie Wade, I think. No. So the 543 of Nick Duman, the KTM Cossack machine. Similar kind of colorway to what we see with Eddie Wade. And obviously Wade was in around about 10th place, but showing now down in 35th. So I wonder whether he did have a thing with McClellan, or maybe just two separate incidents. Just under 3 minutes to go, Guadagnini leads. This guy here, Tom Guyon, number 27, VRT KTM. He's in second place. Mike Guerra is third. Fourth is Langenfelder, fifth, Florian Mio, sixth, Oriol Oliver. 7 now, Andrea Bonacorsi. So Bonacorsi, on the Celestini Racing KTM, moves himself up into 7th. Rizzi losing position because Talviku and David Bresseres Martinez have also gone through, 7th, 8th and 9th. Rizzi now showing as 10th. Head of Liam Everett, Saad Suleimani, Eugenio Bavalia, then Maiko Vetic and Rafael Giuzio in 15th. Magnus Smith is now up into 16th. So this is the finish line jump. Oh, Rizzi, that's why he fell. The 912 picks himself up after getting cross-rutted. So the RFX KTM rider then, a little bit banged up after going over the line in 7th. Guyon just a little bit forward as he came to land there. He's set his fastest lap of the race, a 1:59.5. It's only a 10th slower than Guadagnini's on lap 6, 5 laps ago. So he's picked his pace up. Guadagnini just starting to relax a little bit into this one. Feels that he's got it in hand. Here is Tom Guyon. Dropping downhill, there'll be a point where he can see Guadagnini getting closer to him. He'll be able to look across top of the hill here, maybe. Doesn't bother those, just keeping his head down as he continues to push on. See if he can close the gap down to the race leader, Mattia Guadagnini. Guerra is 3rd now. Langenfelder 4th, Florian Miro is 5. He's got 6 seconds in hand over Oriol Oliver, so the young Frenchman looking to pick up his best result of the season. Oh, very tight, 3 laps to go. Time was ticking down, but the 2-lap board stayed in for Guadagnini. And Guyon sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:58.0. That gap now 6 seconds. So when you look at the lap times here, 2 minutes 0.4 and 1:58.0. 3 laps to go. all of a sudden, Guyon could be challenging for the race lead here and the race win. And here he is in second position. So good turn of speed then, second half of the race for Tom Guyon, as he looks to go after a race win. 3 on the bout. He's had 3 over the course of the season. He was the winner in Valkenswaard in the second race. He did the double in France at his home round, got him first overall in his 3rd podium of the year. Just needs to pick his way through the back markers efficiently. They would have seen Guadagnini go through, they would know that he's the race leader. But the gap is coming down. Just looking at the splits, 32-0, 31-6. So another 2 tenths at sector 2, 1 more tenth sector 3. Here's your race leader. 43 picking himself up, Matthias Vestrinen on the KTM Motorsport Finland machine. Guadagnini will be getting the hurry on up from his crew in a minute. But then Guyon is going to get caught behind the back markers in that bottom left-hand turn. So 1:59.9 for Guadagnini. Guyon about to come through now, a 59.7, 6.1. So didn't have the same speed that he had the previous lap, where it was looking like 2 seconds a lap, 3 laps to go. That 6-second gap would be a chaser on the finish line, but Guadagnini managing the gap once again. Put himself back below the 2-minute mark. But it's been a faultless race so far for Guadagnini. The perfect start, picked up the whole shot. And here he is on lap 14, having led every single lap of the race so far. A lap and a half to go. Guyon just below us here, bottom left turn. That's where he made the mistake at the start of the race. Dropped him down to 6th. Guerda still in 3rd. 20 seconds off of Guyon now. This will be Guerda's best race result of the year as well. He's had 3 4th-place finishes out of the last 4 races. So Guerda will break the top 3. That'll be for the first time for him as well, in general. Langenfelder still 4, Florian Mio 5, Oriol Oliver, Andrea Bonacorsi, Jorgen Matthias Talviku, David Brasseres Martinez, Liam Everts in 10th. Eugenio Barbalia is now 11th. He's now found his way past Joel Ritzy. Ritzy crashed a couple of laps ago from 7th, picked himself up in 10th. But Everts and Barbalia have gone by. Getting ready to take the 1-lap board, the 101, Mattia Guadagnini, Maddie Racing Husqvarna. A 2:07. His gap is only 3.7 seconds though, because again Guyon on 1:58.3. Man down over on the outside there, so never follow the back markers. Rule number 1. So are we still going to get that grandstand finish then between Guadagnini and Tom Guyon? Because a lap ago he had 6 seconds in hand. There is Guyon closing in. I think Guadagnini knows. Doesn't look across as he exits the turn there. Might be able to here, but then guess what? I think Guyon will be just hidden by the mound there. Now he takes a look across and sees him closing in, decides, okay, might need to up my pace a little bit. But this will be encouraging for Tom Guyon ahead of tomorrow's race. And certainly give everybody else something to think about. Handful of corners away though from the line. Guadagnini. And there is Guyon. He is pushing. You would hope that Guadagnini has this under control and that not because he was making mistakes. Guyon right there. He is just going to run out of time. Look, he's all over the back of him. Guadagnini will get the hurry up as he goes past pit lane here. Don't slack off, don't relax. Should just about make it through though. Final corner for Guadagnini. And a great charge for Tom Guyon. But it's going to be Guadagnini who wins race 1 here in Germany. Second, Guyon just 2.3 seconds behind. Third will be Mike Guerda, but we've got about 20 seconds or so to wait for him. But Guadagnini then takes his 6th race win of the season, ahead of Tom Guyon. Waiting for Mike Guerda. Here he is, final corner or 2, penultimate turn. So the Swiss, Mike Guerda on the Kinney Junior KTM, making his way towards the line. Best race finish of the year for him so far, in 3rd place. And then we have Langenfelder coming through any moment now. There he is. He's also pumped with that to come home in 4th at his home round. Gives him a chance of getting on the podium. That's why. Mio over the line. Goes through in 5th. His best race finish of the year. Then Oriol Oliver. We wait for him to come through. Traditionally, we seem to have a bit of a wait here because they put the riders in the holding zone before they let them back to the paddock area, so as not to interfere with any of the timing. So there is the holding area. Guadagnini over on the left-hand side has already got his lid off. There's Guyon just behind him, the number 27. There's Mio. And Kai de Wolf. Where did he get back to in the end? 28th, according to our live timing. So Kai de Wolf not in the points. Still waiting for some guys to come through. Liam Everts just crosses the line now in 10th place. So Guadagnini will do the results any moment now. Kai Karsmakers coming home in 20th place. Right, given the go-ahead. So Guadagnini maintains his lead. It opens up another 3 points, now to 30, going into race 2. There he is, in red, coming towards us. Tom Guyon will stay 2nd. Oriol Oliver will move up to 3rd at the expense of Kai de Wolf. Those two are tied on points. Talvico will also go to 4th. Guerda goes to 5th. And Kai de Wolf will drop to 6th place in the championship. Langenfelder will remain 7th. And he'll be 11 points down on the Dutch rider. Perez Plaza will stay 8th. Liam Everts will move up to 9th. Eddie Wade drops to 10th. A little bit of water going down on the track because next sessions for us that we get to watch here, not live of course, but out on track, will be MX2 time practice and MXGP time practice, and then we'll be back on air at 4 o'clock for the EMX 250 race. Grab a quick word though with our race winner, Mattia Guadagnini. It was a bit tight in the end. Was he aware that Guyon was closing? Here's Lisa, let's find out.
Mattia Guadagnini, congratulations. You pulled the whole shot, you controlled the race, you managed that gap to get your 6th race win, but Guyon was closing in at the end.
Yeah, I take a good start, I take the whole shot, and then Tom passed me in the first lap, then I passed him again, and then I saw him crash, I hit him, and yeah, I take a good gap and then control, managed to finish first. Yeah, I'm happy and see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Mattia Guadagnini then victorious here. He led every single one of the 15 laps on offer. Comes home 2.3 seconds clear of Tom Guyon with Mike Guerda. About 34 seconds further back in 3rd. But another race win for Mattia Guadagnini, and that means he's opened his championship lead up by 3 points to 30 now as he heads into race 2 tomorrow. Official confirmation then, a 6th race win of the year for Matteo Guadagnini ahead of Tom Guyon, Mike Guerda. Langenfelder coming home 4th, then Florian Mio, Oriol Oliver 6th, Andrea Bonacorsi 7, and Jorgen Matthias Talvico was 8. David Brasseres Martinez was 9, and then just behind them Liam Everts. Then we had Eugenio Bobalia, Maiko Vetic, Joel Rizzi, 13th in the end, Sam Nielsen, Saad Suleimani, and Rafael Giusio. Then it was Kevin Brumman, Magnus Smith, Max Poulsen, and Kai Karsmakers. All right, let's take a look at the highlights of the race, shall we? Here's how it went down in EMX 125, presented by FMF Racing. Over on the far side, Guadagnini pulled the whole shot. Just behind him, Langenfelder and Tom Guyon. Guyon just losing out, moving to 3rd, but he was quickly into 2nd. Elsewhere on the lap, Guerda was also there, pushing Guyon back into 4th, but by the time they hit this corner here by pit lane, Guyon was suddenly up into 2nd position. Then these two just got cross-rutted. Guyon went down to about 7th place. Adam Kovacs also lost control of his motorcycle, picked himself up, but starting his charge through the field, Tom Guyon went down the inside of Florian Mio to move up into 4th. Then Langenfelder there to go into 3rd. And then this pass on Guerda to get himself into 2nd. By then he was about 12 seconds down on the race leader, Matteo Guadagnini. Florian Mio was comfortable in 5th position on course for his best race result of the year. Joel Rizzi not so lucky, cross-rutted, bit of a tanky. Went down from 7th place, eventually finished in 13th on his RFX KTM. Simon Langenfelder looked solid though, but had to be content with 4th place. As a 3-1-2 of Oriol Oliver stalled, but he would maintain 6th place. Guerda, solid though, so too was Guadagnini for the 6th time this year. The Madi Husqvarna rider stormed to victory here in race 1 in Germany. See, it's still pretty breezy out there on track. Right, let's take a look at the best moments from that 125 European Championship race presented by FMF Racing. We'll be back in about an hour and a half's time. As we said, at 4 o'clock local time. It's just after 2:30 here local time now. So set your watches and we'll see you back here for the first race of EMX 250 Race 1. See you soon.
darüber entscheidet, was passiert.